Hey, Lynn, turn your camera off. And here we are, and good morning, and happy Saturday, October 23rd. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it is 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I know it's early from some of y'all because y'all was up to stuff and things last night out at the clubs or whatever it is that you do, but we are still here, and it is a beautiful Saturday morning out here in Southern California because we actually have a fall morning. Can you believe it? Yes, yes, you heard that right. We have a fall morning. It is overcast. It's a little drizzly down here in downtown and Riverside. And today's expected high, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, 72. We'll say what now? I'll take it. Producer Mike says he'll take it. 72 degrees is the high. See, that's proof that he's still on the throne. Hallelujah. And thank you, Jesus. Okay. It's going to be overcast and sunny. It's a mixture of both today, but the high will be 72, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And please don't forget that even if you don't get a chance to watch this live, I'm going to post this to YouTube later. So don't worry about that, because I know some of y'all are still asleep, or even if you're up, you're not all together there. I get it. You haven't had that coffee yet, but it's okay. We're going to do our thing anyway. All right. So let's just jump right in. We have a really great day today. Okay. So today in history, and there's a lot going on. Okay. Today in history. Back in 1963, Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park premiered in New York City. And guess who was starring in it? Robert Redford. I know. So that was back in 1963. And in 1964, Joe Frazier won the Olympic gold medal in heavyweight boxing by defeating the Germans' Hans Huber. And it was in Tokyo. So the Olympics were going on in 1964 at this time. In 1972, Pippin opened in New York City's Imperial Theater. And it went on to run for 1,944 performances. That's a lot. So congratulations to Pippin in 1972. I'm throwing this back to the old school. Al Green's fifth studio album, I'm Still in Love with You, is released. And that included the songs Love and Happiness. Yes, and Simply Beautiful. So, and then if you obviously the name of the album is Still in Love with You, Still in Love, so up in love with you. Yeah. And the problem with that song is that everybody thinks they can hit that high note, but they can't. Okay, so I think you need to be Al Green to do it, but we try it anyway. But anyway, moving on, 1991, Les Miserables opened at the Mogador Theater in Paris. Okay, that's when that opened. 1991, same year, Clarence Thomas was sworn in as a Supreme Court justice. In 1998, we're getting closer to you younger people, Britney Spears released One More Time. Yes, that's a titular moment in pop culture history. Okay, in 2006, Beyonce released Irreplaceable. In 2015, Adele released Hello. And it was the first song that got 1.1 million downloads in 1 week. So clearly, October 23rd is a good release date in case anybody's paying attention. Okay. In 2018, Bohemian Rhapsody, the film, the bio about Freddie Mercury, which was brilliantly played by Rami Malek, debuted in London. Okay. Also, if today is your birthday, first of all, let's just say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And this is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Okay, so now if you have a birthday today, you share your birthday with Johnny Carson, Puerto Rican golf professional and legend Chichi Rodriguez, author Michael Crichton, filmmaker Ang Lee, Brokeback Mountain, if you are unfamiliar with who he is, country legend Dwight Yoakam, Weird Al Yankovic, we all know who he is, filmmaker Sam Raimi, neurosurgeon and CNN commentator Sanjay Gupta, Ryan Reynolds, actor, Meghan McCain, and Emilia Clarke, aka Daenerys Targaryen. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But anyway, there you go. And that's what's going on today in the world. And I am very excited today because we have some local artists here from Riverside that are doing an original work at the Riverside Community Players here soon. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. I know what's going on, but you guys may not. But I want to introduce you to these people. And I'm going to just have them pop right up because I know that one of the actors is here, and I believe the author, the playwright, is with us as well. So let's go ahead and bring them in. Thank you so much. There
We're
we
all
go.
here.
There you're all there.
We're
Okay,
all
so
here.
yes. Are you? Are you? Oh, they all are here. Look at
Yeah,
this.
we're all
Boy,
here.
I'm telling you, y'all get Southern Californians up at 9 o'clock in the morning. You doing a good thing. I'm just saying, because we don't roll like that. Baby, no, and But I have these four talented individuals on the podcast this morning. I'm very excited to do it. So let me go. I don't know how your screen is looking, but I know I have Lynne Ellis. I'm
Ennis.
going Ennis. I'm going from okay, Lynne Ennis, Jody,
Dunca.
Duncan, and Lisa. Hi,
Shannon.
Lisa Shannon. I'm sorry, I know her, so I just like I'm waving because I haven't seen her in a very long time. Hey, darling. And then Brady, Greer, Huffman.
Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
they're all there. These are the cast of the upcoming show, What Hollywood Do. Okay, and what we want to do is we always like to promote. We love our local theater here in the IE. We really, really do. We have some of the best talent in the world out here. You do not have to go to LA or Pasadena to find a good show. We hold it down here in the ID, and these four people are representative of that. Absolutely. So what I want to do is to be sure I give them equal time. First of all, thank y'all for being up and camera ready in the morning. Okay. I got out of my coffin at about 3:30. So it was just it's okay. So thank y'all all for being here. I'm very excited to have you. So we have the playwright here. Okay, so I want to be sure to give her a little bit of time. Okay, so Jody, the playwright is Jody Duncan. And again, the name of the show is What Hollywood Do? Okay, I always want to reverse that. You know,
Everyone does.
I'm sorry, but I'm getting that right today. Okay, so tell me a little bit about this, and then I'm going to get to the actors. Tell me a little bit about the show and what made you decide that this was something you needed to put down on paper.
Well, my father died now 47 years ago in 1974, and the world has changed so much in the decades since. And because he was a certain kind of person, a very kind of salt of the earth, grounded sort of person, highly educated and everything, but so he was no dummy, but he was from Texas, and you could take the boy out of Texas, but you could never really take Texas out of the boy. And so I found myself often wondering what my father would think of things as they've been changing. Technology, social media, but also just attitudes and assumptions and things like that. So that question kept coming to my mind. So I came up with the idea of writing a play where an aging daughter is visited by her long dead father. So it's kind of a fantasy, hopefully comedy. We shall see. That's the idea anyway. And that was kind of the germ of the idea.
Okay, so all right, so she's visited by her dead father.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you, because it's so weird that you just said that this morning. I'm going to be completely and it, if you watch the tag on Tea Time with Tony, it says straight no chaser. So I'm just giving you real right now, because my father is gone as well. And our last movie that we watched together was My Funny Valentine. I'm sorry, Fabulous Baker Boys, with Michelle Pfeiffer and Bo Bridges and Jeff Bridges. And that was the last film we saw together before he passed. And the last vocal film of that song is My Funny Valentine, which is sung by Michelle Pfeiffer. Just this morning, as I was preparing and doing a little more research for this particular show, that song came up on my playlist. And and producer Mike was here. Shout out to producer Mike. They're always present, but never really seen. Producer Mike. Hey, Mike. He hates being on camera so much. But when that song came on, I just stopped everything I was doing. I said, "Hey, Dad," because I thought that was the universe's way of letting me know that that was my dad saying good morning. Okay, so I kind of got chills when you kind of said that, because I read that, but it's different when it came out of your mouth, because we have that in common about losing a parent. So when you wrote that, was there any type of catharsis or closure that you received in that? Did you get to say things in the play that you didn't get to say to your dad?
I think so, absolutely. I've never had too many regrets about conversations with my father because we were very close.
Mm,
With all apologies to my siblings, he and I were really the closest. We were the closest in personality. We were the ones that were always cracking jokes to each other at the dining room table. And so we were very close. And I said a lot of, I feel like I had pretty much said what I needed to say. But there was catharsis in that. I think it's taken me many decades to realize how his death at that particular age, I was 19 when he died,
mm.
and you're just kind of starting your adult life. And I think it took me a long time to realize how that event shaped very poor choices I made as a young adult, and how it kind of got me derailed. And once you're derailed, it takes a long time to get back on the rail, So I think in that way, it was a catharsis too. You get old enough where you can actually forgive your younger self, For a long time, you just feel bad because I made so many mistakes and I was such an idiot. But when you get far enough away from that younger version of yourself, you're actually so far away from that person that you can look at them objectively and go, okay, you were a dumb kid and you did dumb things and I forgive you. So that's cathartic as well.
I'm part of that club too, sister. Trust me. Absolutely part of that club of doing dumb things. I was 21, so we have a lot of those things in common. So, all right. So, because I want to maximize my time because I know that you may have a conflict that may make you disappear, but I want to be sure I get the questions into the plate right first. With the cast, were you part of the casting selection?
Yes, because I'm directing the play as well.
Okay. Oh, well, just hat. Okay. Well, welcome to local theater. You never do just one thing, right? But that's the beauty of it. Okay. So, what is it? Let's start with your AD who's sitting right next to you. Okay. Who I know, who I've seen on stage, who I think is a brilliant actress, by the way. Actor. Absolutely brilliant. And you chose her as your AD?
Yes.
Why?
Very, very happily.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Lisa has many talents. She's a fabulous actress. She's a fabulous singer. And she is also one of the funniest people I know. And I knew that because the way the play is written, there's not a lot of like belly laugh jokes in it, really, because I'm not really capable of writing belly laugh jokes. I'm not Jerry Seinfeld or something. So I knew that Lisa's abilities in comedy particularly would come in very handy because I knew she'd see things that I never thought of, which she has already. And so that was partly why. I also knew she'd be, in an AD, you also just need someone who's organized and who's willing to sit through the tedium of sitting there on book night after night and all of that. And she was so wonderfully enthusiastic about the play and about doing it that I was thrilled to have her do it.
Okay, so pivot to you, Lisa. I've seen you on stage, and I can absolutely affirm what Jody just said. Because I think you're brilliant. Like you do things with your face that are just, a fantastic. You really act. I can see you it comes through on your face, and it's a gift. Especially if you in a scene where you don't have words and you just in the moment all the time. I've always said that. Legitimately, what made you say yes to being AD?
Well, actually, I volunteered, and Jody was very happy that I did. They had a reading of this play months ago, and very few people were here, just invited people. And I just loved it so much. I talked to Jody afterwards and I said, hey, if there's any way I can be a part of this show, like I'd love to be your AD. I just think this is going to be such an experience and such a really cool thing to be the first people ever to, put this show on, and having the director as the author, just a super, super experience. So I did go to her and say, if you don't have anybody else, I'd love to do it. So,
okay. So what we both said is true though, because what Lisa may not know is I had a line of about 5 people who'd said, can I be your AD? Can I be your AD?
Oh, wow.
And I still picked her. So
yeah, there we go.
So we're both
So now don't get carpus tunnel over. Don't get carpus tunnel over there, Lisa. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'm for the job.
How many rehearsals have you had thus far?
Like 9.
9, I think. Is today 9? Something like
today's 10.
Today's
right?
10.
Yeah.
We've
It's
had 9.
10. Okay, so I'm going to ask you both, Lisa and Jody, the same question, starting with you, Ms. Jody. You're 10 rehearsals in, okay? Is it your vision is exactly what your vision in, or is it a meeting or exceeding your expectation on the spot?
In many ways is exceeding my expectations, which were very high. The actors have both just brought stuff that I hadn't thought of. Again, I'm one brain. It's much better to have several brains on these things. So in many ways it has. I told Lisa the other day that I figured out between the 4 of us, we have over 200 years theater experience.
It's crazy.
So, that's a lot of experience to bring
to
the table. So really one of the challenges for me is to get out of my own way and to get out of the actor's way. Because especially when you write something, I'm kind of like this when I just direct someone else's work too, but especially when you write something, you get very focused on what your vision is exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to find a balance between, here's where I think pushing them towards that balance, towards that vision is good. But there's also a point at which I have to let go. Actually, today we start run throughs. So today in my own mind was kind of the day I'm just going to let go and see what happens with them, hoping that they remember the notes I did give them, but just kind of sit back and let it become their vision. It's really, the show is in their hands now.
Has there ever, I'm stick with you, and then Lisa, I'm pivoting to you shortly. Jody, have there been any serendipitous moments, like happy mistakes, that's something you didn't plan on as happening, but like, oh, that good there, I didn't think about that?
Oh gosh, Brady and Lynne have thought of so many things and have, I think in a way I had kind of a surface, maybe surface isn't the right word, but I had a certain idea, but you give it to new people and they're applying their life experiences and who they are as actors. And yeah, there were all kinds of things. There's a waltz, there's a mother-daughter dance in the play. And
Father-daughter.
What'd I say?
Mother-daughter.
Oh, that wouldn't work at all. There's a father-daughter dance in the play. And, every once in a while they make a little mistake in the dance and there's this nice little moment between them when they do. And I've told them, if that happens during performance, just go with it. It's sweet. And I've been surprised at how really touching that is. So many things, too many to name, really.
Okay, so now let me get this straight again. It's just the 2 actors that's flanking you right now. So that's oh, enjoy your rest, because I'm coming for you shortly.
Switch places with you when we start talking.
Okay, coming for you shortly. So that's always a heavy lift when you have a minimal amount of actors on the stage, which indicates to me that you have a great deal of trust for the actors that you've cast in these roles. It's like doing a one-man show. These actors have to be captivating enough to bring this vision to life and hold an audience for no less than 90 minutes. What is it about? Let me start with Lynne. What is it about Lynne that made you? No, I'm asking you about Lynne. Lynne, you getting your turn again.
It's not that I really want to talk.
You don't need to hydrate here soon.
Yeah.
What is it? I'm gonna ask you about Lynne. I'm gonna ask you about Brady. What is it about Lynne that makes you comfortable that she could transport that to the audience for you?
Well, actually, here's a funny thing. And I told Lynne this, what was that, like 2 or 3 years ago? I was having lunch with Lynne and I said, I'm writing a play. And she said, what's it about? And I said, I hate to tell you because it sounds cheesy. Because it's the kind of thing, if you just kind of try to explain it in one line, it does sound a little cheesy.
Hallmark movie.
Someone came to me in a dream, but I also told her at that time that when I was writing it, I actually kind of had her voice in my head. I've worked with Lynne before. We've both as director and she an actress, and we've been in plays together. And I think we've known each other since we were about 19 years old. So that's a lot of years. So, just when you're writing a screenplay, when you're writing a play, you kind of tend to have certain people in your mind just because you have to have somebody. And Lynne had very much come to my mind. So I really wrote the role of Holly kind of with Lynne in mind.
Okay.
So it obviously it fits her very well because of that. The other part, the father part, was much harder.
Okay, so what was it about Brady?
Oh my God. Brady came in and read, and I practically fell to my knees in gratitude. I really shamed myself, to tell you the truth. It was pathetic.
That's fabulous.
Brady's just a fabulous actor, one of the best I've ever worked with. And he's a little young for the age, but not too bad. I told him to keep his scruffy beard because it makes him look a little bit older and it hides his baby face a little bit. And no, Brady was just one of his reading was just tremendous.
Excellent. Now, Lisa, you have a different vantage point because your lens is a lot different. Lisa, so you lobbied and you want to be part of this, and you are. So what has your experience been like? Is it different from what you read? Because obviously you read it before the actors came in, but now you're seeing it come to life. What has been your takeaway thus far? What has been your experience as an AD?
Well, obviously I didn't have any voices in my head, or pictures of certain people or how a line should be read. I mean, when you write a play, Jody is very, very particular and serious about how each word is placed on the page, because it has to be written well and it has to sound like somebody's actually talking and not some strange little blah, blah, blah. I mean, she's very, very specific. So I didn't have that. And I've heard Lynne and Brady both come up with some great interpretations of stuff that I would have thought, well, gee, I probably wouldn't have said it that way, but God, that really works. So I'm thrilled to death because it's coming along so well. And I don't know if Jody told you this or not, but because we have such a short rehearsal period, these guys had to come into our very first rehearsal after about 3 weeks after casting, knowing their lines. They had to be off book on day one rehearsal. So that was really challenging for them. And I just, thank God I'm just the AD. It's a beautifully written play and there's a lot of words.
I would have lost my mind.
Yeah.
Coming in off book. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, it was like a Broadway play or something.
If you were to string their lines together, each of them talks for about 45 minutes, if you put them all together. Mm-hmm. So imagine memorizing 45 minutes of talking. It's a huge lift.
And they're both brilliant and they both did a great job. So yeah, I mean, they may be scared to death, but I'm feeling confident in them because I'm going to be just sitting in the green room going, you go, guys.
Absolutely. Jody, again, maximizing my time with you. What do you want people to take away from this play?
I've given that a lot of thought. Some people, well, I don't want to say that. There's some things you don't want to give away this early. Mm-hmm. But I hope people come away from it with maybe just, how sometimes you just have those moments of gratitude. Mm-hmm. It's very easy to forget that and to just go along, and you so much easier to concentrate on the things that aren't going well and the things that are irritating you and all of that negative side. But every once in a while you go, God, this life is really quite beautiful. And if people come away with just a little bit of gratitude for their lives, I think I would be happy with that.
Okay, let me give you a couple of, that absolutely is accurate. Because in my busyness this morning, I got up early, like I was going to work because I knew producer Mike was going to be here early. And I just got busy doing stuff, and as we often do, we just go about our day and we don't even think about what we're doing. And we get busy. We just get busy. And then when that song came on, it gave me pause to go, you just need to chill for a second. This is an honor. And I turned on the news. I've been on a kind of a news fast-ish because sometimes it just drives you nuts. But I turned on the news for a little bit this morning, and there's so many things that are just off in our world right now. But there's so many things that are not. There's so many good things, and we could grab. So what you said really resonated with me, and it makes perfect sense. And so I'm hoping that they get that. I will absolutely see the show without beyond the shadow of a doubt. But let me give you a couple of messages that I've got in here. I can't see who sent them, but they sent them to producer Mike, and he sends them to me. Somebody just said this will be a great show. Someone says, hello, ladies. I am so looking forward to seeing this show. I have a friend who lives in England who taps in regularly to see me. She says, lovely to see y'all. It's cold here in England, but y'all have brightened my day. And we're also supposed to be reminded that today is Philip Gabriel's birthday.
Yes,
right.
I already sent a message.
So who sent that? Oh, okay, so Philip, if you're watching, I don't know. Happy birthday, all the things.
Happy
Be
birthday,
good,
Philip.
good. Can you finally start aging, please? The rest of us, I don't say, this is all gray. Once upon a time, I was a 28-inch waist and I had a head full of hair, and none of this was gray. Now I'm 52 and none of that's true. So anyway, moving forward. All right, actors. All right. It is your turn.
So you guys can scoot in.
Look at these
Shifting.
faces. Hi.
Hello.
Hello and good morning. Thank you again for being with me this morning. I appreciate it very much. I know y'all got a busy day in front of y'all. So I'm just going to jump straight to the point here. So I'm going to start because my parents are from the South. I have to start with the ladies first. No disrespect, Brady. Okay. Okay. So Lynne, what drew you to this?
Oh, gosh. Well, as Jody mentioned, she had told me about this play a couple of years ago, and she told me it was about a daughter and a father. And of course, I have an affinity for anything having to do with that. I have a personal story about my own father, and it just drew me to the story. I was born in Canada and was separated from my father when my parents separated, and when I was 5, and I didn't see him again until I was 49. And we reconnected then. So, I mean, it was a very poignant story, and just was always drawn to it. She let me read the play when it was done. Fast forward a few years after that, and just fell in love with it. I was part of the reading that she wanted to hear it out loud because she had never heard it out loud. So I was part of the reading and loved that. We didn't know at that time when the reading occurred that it would ever see the light of day beyond that. It hadn't been published yet. I'm sure it will be eventually. But when the players decided to put it into their season, there was absolutely no guarantee that because of my past involvement with the play that I would be chosen for the role. I had to audition just like everybody else. So was thrilled when I was chosen. So here I am, very happy to be here.
Okay, so how's the process been for you thus far? Have there been any cathartic moments for you? Are there things that helped you gain closure with? Because it seems like this play, and I'm going to get to you shortly here, Brady. I'm very interested in hearing your take on this because I know how the director and the playwright, the connection there. And now I know more of your connection with the story as well. Has it been again, I'm using the word cathartic, but I think that's just appropriate in this particular type of setting. Has it been that way for you? Have you gained closure? Has it done anything for you that you didn't expect?
Well, it's emotional. The whole on both ends of the spectrum. It brings out a lot of the connection that I felt when I reconnected with my father. Acting opposite Brady has been wonderful. It's always great when you have a wonderful acting partner on stage to bounce off of. But absolutely, the highs, and I wouldn't even say that the sadness that comes out, it's not even really a low. It's like you say, it's cathartic. It's just releasing some of that emotion. It's really it's so far, of course, we're kind of right in the middle of that rehearsal period, but so far it's been challenging, but really a wonderful experience.
Now, this is a personal question. Is your father here in the IE, or is he in Canada?
He has passed away.
He has passed away.
Yeah,
okay.
But he stayed in Canada up until his death.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was still with us, because I didn't know is he going to come see it?
Yeah, we only had after we reconnected, we only had 4.5 years together. And it was very easy to find him. I just never took that step for fear that he didn't really want to reconnect. But once I did it, I found out he wanted to all along. So
that was my next question. I was going to ask you, were you wrong about that assumption that he didn't
very wrong about that assumption. Yeah.
Okay, so 4 years. 4 years.
4.5 years after we reconnected, he passed away.
Well, you know what? I always say a lot of people have people in their lives for a lifetime and don't have the connection that you have for 4 years.
I know.
So I think that's a blessing. So I'm very happy that you did get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
Are you dedicating this performance to anyone in particular?
I really have never thought about that, but I'd probably dedicate it to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing it. What's his name? I'm sorry.
Keith Matthews.
Keith Matthews. All right, Keith. You got to show up wherever you are. So just come by and do something. Let her know that you're watching.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Brady. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for looking like your picture.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, what drew you to this part?
So I had just finished Lost in Yonkers at Redlands Footlighters, and I got an Instagram message from Jody's daughter saying, "Hey, my mom wrote this play. She's directing it. You're a little young for the part, but you should come audition." And I was like, "Well, okay. Can I read the script?" And she said, "Well, I don't know. Contact my mom." So I reached out to Jody. I said, "Can I read the script?" And Jody was like, "Yeah, here you go." And I think I'm from the Midwest, and a lot of the ideals that Lee holds, I grew up with. And I thought, wow, I kind of connect with this character. I thought the relationship between Lee and Holly was beautifully written. And I went, I think I want to be a part of this. And I think it's fantastic when community theaters are willing to allow their local artists to put their shows on. I think that should be a norm. And so I want to be a part of this process. I want to support Jody and what she's written. And so I went and auditioned Tuesday night, and Jody was like, "Hey, would you like to play the role?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do this."
Okay, quick side note before I get into my next question. What part of the Midwest are you from?
I am from St. Joseph, Missouri.
I'm from Chicago.
Known for Jesse James and the Pony Express.
But those are two major situations right there, by the way. So excuse me. Okay. All right. So you said you're a little young for the role.
Mm-hmm.
Did they give you any pause or apprehension about how you would play that? How did you get into that?
I feel like I have an old soul. I mean, growing up, all of my friends were always older than me. I mean, one of my best friends is 73, so for me, I just I don't think age is a hindrance. I mean, physically, it can't, of course it is because theater is a visual art. But in terms of the embodiment of an age, I think as long as you are connecting with people across age gaps, you can kind of, listening to their stories, you can kind of get a sense of the, I think, the wisdom and the trials that come with that. And I can then, sort of imagine what that's like.
This is the first I'm hearing that he's not actually the age of this character. So I had no idea. So the audience is going to have no idea. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. It's like my time. Yeah. It's not going to be a deal.
Yeah. Well, I will say this because I have had to play an 80-year-old before, and
yeah,
if you let it can get in your head, but then you realize if you're an actor. There's a whole suspension of disbelief. You have to make people forget, that you're not Brady, that you are that character and you're not Lynne, you are this character. But let me ask you both this question because one of the beautiful things about local theater is that local theater doesn't have an expiration date on your talent. You can always get on stage regardless of your age. Whereas a lot of times these newer actors are so enthralled by I have to do this now or else there are only certain roles that I can take. And Brady, you are the antithesis of that whole situation because you're playing an older guy. So starting with you and then to Lynne, because I really want to hear you both, your perspectives. What do you say to a young actor who says that I can only do this for so long before I can't get the roles that I want to get anymore?
Oh, there are always roles out there. It's like, when you're 20, you're like, I want to play Hamlet. Well, then you hit, 40, and then you can go, well, I want to play Macbeth, and then so on. So there's always stuff out there. So don't get stuck in those few roles that you want to play. There's a huge pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's what I would say. Not very inspirational, but yeah.
You know what? I wasn't asking for inspiration. I was asking for truth, because that's what you're going to get when you get on stage. The audience will tell you whether or not you did a good job without thinking about it. What about you, Lynne?
Well, I would be lying if I said that there weren't certain limitations as you get older. The roles do seem to be less. I can't play an ingenue anymore. I played a fair amount of those when I was younger. But there are still roles out there. You can still branch out into different kinds of roles. It's just a different type of role that you can play. I also do on-camera work. And what used to be the case in Hollywood anyway, is you had to be size 1 in the age range of 25 to 35, and that was it. That's the only way that you could get work in that, and that's not the case anymore. Luckily, they're casting all kinds of body shapes and ages and everything. But stage work, it is limited to the character that you're portraying in many ways. Sometimes you can age yourself, like when I was, I don't know, how old was I when I played Weezer? I was 40 something and I played an 80-year-old something.
You did Steel Magnolias.
Huh? Yeah. No, I did Steel Magnolias, but that wasn't the one. It was Daddy's Dying, Who's Got the Will. That Mark was in. Was Mark in that one?
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
That's the first time I saw Lisa Shannon.
Oh, Mama Wheeless. That's
Mama
the one.
Wheeless. Sounds like Weezer. Yeah. That's Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, I said Weezer. No, I wasn't. I never played.
You're confusing your divas.
I am. Sorry. I was in Steel Magnolias, but I played Lynne. I played my own age. But yeah, you can change your age somewhat, but there are some limitations, but you don't have to hurry. There's all kinds of opportunities out there for you.
I'm gonna ask you this question, then Brady, you buckle up because I'm gonna ask you the same one. Best advice you can give an actor, a new actor,
The best advice I could give a new actor is to prepare. Some people have innate talent and can walk on a stage and be brilliant, but that's very few and far between. You need to do the work. You need to take classes. You need to study. You need to watch. You need to learn. And you need to be humble, because you just don't know it all. Do the work and you will end up being brilliant.
Amen and hallelujah. Brady?
I agree with everything she said.
Okay.
I mean, it's the truth. It's be prepared. That's all you can do. Know your words, know your craft, understand it, and listen. Yeah.
Okay, so that brings me to another question. You guys had to come in off book.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if this is appropriate, but it makes my butt pucker. I'm sorry. Coming in off book.
Mine too.
When she said that, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so since I said, you know what? I told you straight, no chaser. It's out of my mouth. It's gone. I can't get it back. So please don't put me in Facebook jail, Zuckerberg. You got your own problems right now. But anyway, you don't need to be bothered with me. So,
oh my God, Tony, you're hysterical.
I can't help it, but it's just a gift. I don't own it. Brady, how in the world did you prepare? Because she just said to me a few minutes ago that you guys got about 40 minutes of dialogue a piece. How did you prepare for that?
Well, first I memorized my lines.
He says it's like it's so easy.
When Jody said, come in memorized, I went, yes. I love coming to the first rehearsal knowing my script, knowing the words, because if you don't know the words, it just makes it very difficult. You stumble around in the dark. You waste 2 weeks of rehearsal just by trying to memorize the lines. Where if you can come into rehearsal having the words in your body, everything becomes second nature very fast. And then when you hit performance, you feel sturdy. Like you don't only have the words, you understand your motive. Because there have been several times where I didn't come in memorized, and I struggled memorizing the lines, where it came to opening night and I'm still going, I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. And I don't like being in that position. I like really understanding every minute of why I'm there on stage. So it started with getting the lines down. And then for me, it's a lot of goal and tactics. I sort of approach it like a piece of literature. Like, why am I in the scene? What am I doing? And just sort of breaking down each of those moments. And I try to do a lot of that before I get to rehearsal. And then once you get to rehearsal, as an actor, I have to let all of that go. Because now I've got to listen to see where the director is taking it. And then from there, I take what Jody gives me. I take what Lynne gives me in terms of her performance. And then you just sort of bundle all that together, and you hold it inside you. And from then, it's just being in the moment and listening and reacting.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
All right, Lynne.
Well, yeah, it's a new experience for me. I've been acting for decades, and I've never had the charge of being off book by first rehearsal until now. But you get all of that out of the way, so you can really start to work on the meat of what you need to do. We had a short rehearsal period. We have a short rehearsal period. We had 3 weeks before tech to put this together. Next week is our 3rd week. We've only been rehearsing 2 weeks, and we're so far along, much farther along than we would have been if we had to go through that process of learning lines. So it was a very wise decision on Jody's part.
Okay.
I won't say that I didn't throw out a few cuss words at her as I was learning them prior to the first day of rehearsal, but But we're there, and that's why we're so far along. We're in a really good place because of it. So,
well, the reality is, as stressful as it can be on the outset, but you can't really play until you get the script out of your hands.
yeah, exactly.
You have to get that. You have to take that safety net away, that blanket away, in order to really go in. So I absolutely get that. But boy, that's a ride. I would be like, okay, so you got
Yeah,
the
it has
wrong
been a ride. Is a good. Yeah, it's been a ride. That's for
It's been a
sure.
ride, but you guys, you're going to crush it. Okay, so we have about 15 minutes left. Is everybody still in the room
Yeah.
available? Okay, so let's get everybody else in if we can.
Okay.
Get yourself out of Brady. I'll listen over the top of your head.
Hey, there you are. There you are. Okay, so I know I can't. Oh, okay, I can see everybody right now. So this is one. I always love doing this with actors because this is fantastic. Because y'all surprise me every single time we do this. I love. If you don't know, if you've not seen the Tea Time with Tony before, James Lifton is absolutely my
I love
favorite.
those.
My
Yeah, I know what you're
favorite
gonna do.
interviewer. He's so gracious, so smart, regardless of what's going on. He does this questionnaire that he got from
I remember that.
Bernard Pivot. So I do that at the end of these, and the actors always tend to be the most wild card. So I want to give a solid 15 minutes because I don't know what's going to come out of y'all mouths. So we're going. So on my screen,
is he okay?
I know. You had your beeper ready.
Yeah. Well, no, I haven't gotten the problem
Sign it
yet.
in my mouth.
It hasn't happened yet. So from on my screen is Jody, Lynne, Lisa, and Brady. That's the way it looks for me. Okay.
That's the way it looks
So
for us.
okay, excellent. So I'm going to start in that order.
Okay.
Okay. Jody, what is your favorite word?
Grace.
Ooh. Lynne.
That's a hard
That's
one.
a great
It's
one.
a hard one. It's a cuss word though.
Well,
I
that's
can't-
That's on the list.
That's on the list. I would just say hello.
Hello. Lisa.
I don't know why. This has no particular meaning, but I've always loved the word dappled. With sun dappled pools, that's that kind of stuff where I just love that word and what it kind of, I just can picture the sun shining on water or going through trees onto the ground, sun dappling. I don't know. It's a silly thing, but I've loved the word dapple.
See, that's why I love it.
10 minutes, Lisa.
Dappled.
Dapple. I've never heard that word before, to be honest with you.
Really?
I'm using the sentence at work every day this week. Next. Brady, your favorite word is
Constipation.
Brady.
Not the most used, the favorite.
Oh.
I
We've learned this about him, Tony. He looks like such a sweet boy. And let me tell you,
There's some raunch in there.
Here's the
definitely
problem
some
with
raunch in
that.
there.
Here's the problem with that. I'm gonna come see this show, and that's what's gonna be sticking in my head when I see him on stage.
It
Forget
could be
all-
worse.
Nice job there, Brady. I'm gonna forget everything you're doing, but I'm gonna know constipation. I'm gonna wonder, is he constipated right now?
Nope, I took my fiber. We're good.
Okay, fantastic.
Too much information.
Going the other way. Brady, what is your least favorite word?
Moist.
That's a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it, but most people love it.
I never had a problem with that word until I met actors. I used to use it to describe cakes and cookies and the grass, and now I'm stressed out to even say it. Thanks a lot. Okay, Lisa,
Well,
what
my
Jody's favorite word is?
that would be a curse word too. The C word. I can't stand that word.
I'm with you on that one.
No, nobody should ever put that in their mouths.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that
The
your
word.
favorite word?
Hey. Okay.
Sorry.
Brady, I can see right now. Okay. All right. Lynne, your turn. Least favorite word.
Goodbye.
Oh. And Jody.
Constipation.
I told you.
Oh, good.
I
well,
told you. These actors, I tell you, it's just my favorite. I should just make this an actors studio show, poor man's version. Jody, what turns you on?
Water, lakes, oceans, sailboats, bathtubs, water.
Okay, all right. Award for most interesting response goes to. Just kidding. All right. I think that's interesting to me, but I like that. Lynn, what turns you on?
Babies.
Oh, cute.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa.
I kind of tag on to Jody's, the ocean. I love to be at the beach. If I'm stressed or, just I have to get myself down to the beach every once in a while and just get a hotel room right on the ocean, sit out on the deck and just listen and watch the waves, the ocean.
Okay, I'm nervous. Brady?
Yeah, I'm nervous too.
Brady, what turns you on?
Where there's this spot on my right. No.
Boy, I knew it. Lord, today. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg.
Aha moments.
Aha moments.
Those moments when you learn something or something clicks, connects. That.
Yeah. Somebody put in the chat their least favorite word was unpaid.
Love it.
But at least you get exposure. That's what they said. Brady, what turns you off?
Oh, gosh, lazy. I think laziness. I don't. Yeah, when people aren't willing to put the work in,
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Lisa, what turns you off?
Negativity. People that are always just complaining about either themselves, other people, just general negativity. We all have times when we're negative, we're in a bad mood or whatever, but yeah, if there's a lot of negativity around, that's it.
I feel like there's a story there, Jody. You're laughing. Lynn, what turns you off?
I'm making up a word. Dispreparation.
Good word. I like
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. Dispreparation. I like that. All right, Jody, what turns you off?
Ingratitude.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a good one. Jody, what sound or noise do you love?
My grandbaby's laughing.
Oh, you took mine.
Oh, you can use it if that's yours. Is that Lynn? Is that your?
Yeah, any baby laughing the first time, laughing for the first time with that big laugh that they get when they first figure out how to laugh. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Lisa?
The children laughing. Jody and I share grandchildren, so yeah, those grandkids' laughter is just amazing.
Gotcha. And Brady?
I'm going to say the same thing, except my grandchildren are doggies.
Gotcha.
But they're actually my children.
I understand. You didn't have to explain at all. Brady, what sound or noise do you hate?
High-pitched squealing.
Gotcha. Lisa?
Construction noise.
There's a lot of that right now. Lynn?
I love my dogs to death, but when they bark at everything and everybody, even though they've seen them a million times when they come to the door, there's just bad things I want to do to them.
All right, Jody.
Do you know what a vocal fry is?
Yeah. No.
It's become quite the thing among young women under the age of 40, I'd say. And they go like this. They do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you see it on broadcasters even.
Oh.
Voiceover.
Oh, it drives me insane.
I've never heard of
You know what? I didn't know there was a phrase to it, but I know exactly what
Yes.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's like the back of my head wants to blow completely off my body. I'm like, if you do not stop that incessant sound, I'm going to hop through this television and put my hands on you.
I don't know
it's
why
horrible.
it became a thing. I don't even know
It
why.
is a thing.
But
It is a thing.
now.
I blame the Kardashians.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably it.
I say I blame the Kardashians.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, girl, you want to talk to me? Okay, but back to you. Jody, here we go. What is your favorite curse word?
horse shit.
So
You gotta
great.
have the horse in front of it.
You
It's
got to
gotta-
do it, don't you though? It's like a prerequisite. Yes. Lynn.
Oh, it's the F word. I have a horrible potty mouth, and the three of us, the girls, have known each other for a while, so I knew they were fine with it. But the first time that came out for Mr. Brady here, I wasn't sure how he was going to take it. But
I was offended.
he just
Ready to leave.
he
I
just jumped
cannot
right
even-
in and joined us, so it was all good.
Brady, in the short time that I've known you, I can't believe you fixed your lips to even make that sentence. Lisa, what is your favorite cuss word?
Oh, everybody knows mine. It's the F word.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
All women love the
Every
F
other
word.
effing word.
All women love the F word.
Love that.
And Brady.
Favorite?
Favorite
Piss balls.
piss balls.
Leave it to you, Brady.
That was a good one. All right.
Are we gonna get kicked off Facebook?
No, I just take Zuckerberg out for dinner, and we'll fix it. Brady, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Ooh. I think maybe I would like to be a lawyer.
You okay?
Yeah.
I just I'd rather walk on my lips, as
I mean,
they
I
say.
wouldn't be a very good one, but I
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's not part of the question. Okay, Lisa, what other profession? You retired.
I'm retired,
Retired.
so
So, what would you like to do?
stay retired.
So,
I
no
mean,
profession.
there's always things that you can go and do, but honestly, I right now, I already did all my work stuff. I don't need to do anymore other than just having fun with theater and that kind of stuff.
And I know you retired as well. Is that the same for you?
I'm a retired elementary principal, but yeah, I want to be the next Flo. Progressive Insurance, Flo.
Isn't that a great
Well,
character?
What a great gig. Yeah, I should bring
It's
it.
a really great
Lots of
gig.
money.
She's really good at that.
Yeah.
Jody,
Teacher.
noble profession. I couldn't do it because these kids too grown.
Right?
And I'm old school. I'd be like, I have no problem dragging
By
you in the
second
parking
grade.
lot.
By second grade, Tony.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
tell you.
sad.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do it. God bless you.
Gentlemen.
Okay,
Oh.
It's still
I'll
fun,
amend
though.
it to a teacher in the 1950s.
There you go.
Great job.
There
It's a
you
great
go.
job.
Yes, I'm gonna take away that milkshake. Not okay. 2 more left. Jody, what profession would you not like to do?
Lawyer. God.
Lynn?
Trash collector.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Lisa,
Doctor. Ugh.
what type of doctor? Any type of doctor?
It's like a medical doctor. I
Oh, wow.
never had any interest in it, and just thinking about it, taking other people's lives in your hands, no. And the blood and guts and all that. No, doctor.
It sounds like teaching in 2021.
Kind of like that. Oops.
Brady, what profession would you not like to do?
A proctologist.
There you go. To be specific.
God, constipation,
seen a
proctology.
scene
What is
Brady's
going
answers?
Constipation.
There's a theme going on here.
Yeah.
Is there something going on in your nether regions that we need to send you to Kaiser to
Well, I am
address?
gluten-free and I have IBS, so yes.
Oh,
Okay, so clearly we're friends right now. He's sharing a lot. All right, Brady, last question for all of you. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? Let me guess, Brady. Here's an X-Lax.
Brady.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. Him?
Really?
uh,
Is it really your answer?
Yeah, that's really my answer.
That's really fantastic. Oh my God.
They kill me.
Lisa, if heaven exists, what would
so
you like
hard.
to hear?
And then we hug.
Boy, you guys with this one. Lisa, if heaven exists, what would you like God to hear? How would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
your loved ones are waiting for you. And your pets, cats included.
That's a play reference.
Gotcha. I'll be looking for it. I will be looking for it. Lynn.
You get to do it all over again and fix it.
Ooh,
That's good. That's good.
It's also a
And-
play reference.
Okay. Jody.
Oh, our mistake. Go back. You weren't meant to be here yet.
There you go.
Somewhere else.
Wow. I don't know. Well, I would tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. Jody, before we wrap up, tell us the dates again of your show.
We open November 5th, and then we play Friday, Saturday, and Sundays through November 21st. And Sunday is a matinee, so
And the last Saturday is also a matinee plus an
plus
evening.
an evening, yeah.
Okay.
Can I
and-
add one thing, Tony?
Of
Can I
course,
add one
of
thing?
course.
This is the first time that Riverside Community Players has done an original work in their main.
I wondered that.
The very first time, and it's not something that we took very lightly. Jody is a published playwright. Her very first play that she wrote, A Warring Absence, won the national competition from the Kennedy Center, the American Theater College Festival. So it's not like we just took a local playwright who wrote a play and we're putting it on. Jody is a nationally recognized playwright already. She just happens to be local. It's our gift that she's local. So it's a really great honor for Riverside Community Players to be able to put on this play, and not one that the board chose on a whim, and took that into consideration when we made this choice.
Well, let me go ahead and say this. Thank you so much for putting that distinction out there, Lynn. Jody, thank you so much for doing that, because we all in the IE, we know how the IE tends to operate. Everybody does the same plays. They just rotate in and out in different theaters. You know, and that's real talk. That's what it is. We all support each other. I am grateful that you've written some original that I get a chance to see. I love original works so much, because there's plenty of room for it. You're always going to have your Annies. You're always going to have your nonsenses. You're always going to have all of those. But I'm looking forward to seeing an original piece of work. And thank you so much for gracing my little show with all of your presence, even Brady. Just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are watching, What Would Holly Do is going to be opening. You have the dates. You can get tickets on Riverside Community Player website. And thank you to Jody Duncan, Lynne, Ennis, Lisa Shannon, and Brady Greer Huffman for joining Tea Time with Tony. I will post this to YouTube, so you guys can see it and share it as you will. Y'all, thank y'all. Y'all are a hoot. I don't know how I'm gonna sit through this show not thinking of moist, constipation, cats in heaven, all the things, and the C word.
I want to
Apparently.
thank you, Tony, for giving us
Yes.
butt pucker.
Yeah, that's nice.
Butt pucker,
That is-
anytime.
I'm going to use that forever. I love
Would you
that.
please use it in a sentence
Thank
at
you.
work? Impress your friends. Share it at dinner. Okay, especially at Thanksgiving. This turkey made my butt pucker. Okay, anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. I know y'all have to go to rehearsal. Have a fantastic rehearsal. Break a leg. God bless you. I will see y'all at the show.
Yay,
Okay,
Tony.
thank you.
Okay, thank y'all.